Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Blaming the victim. Do you remember that phrase or sentence or statement? Blaming the victim, the expression. That is when, let's say a woman accuses someone of sexual harassment in the past, something that she claimed occurred 15 years ago or 20 years ago. And then people start, okay, let's see the evidence, let's discuss, and what was the context, the regular, normal thing that you would ask in an investigation in front of a judge with your attorneys and so on. They say, well, blaming the victim. That is, what, you don't trust? Her statement makes it all, that's it. Well, in certain worlds, that makes it. That's done deal. But in others, like ours, you want evidence and facts to support the allegations and so on. So nevertheless, blaming the victim. This is usually pushed by the liberals, so-called liberals, which are not liberals, because liberals come from liberty. That means more liberty. But these guys are the ones who have more government, give you more laws, and they infringe all the time your liberties, like freedom of speech, for instance. They want hate speech laws. That means infringe you to say something hateful, which is perfectly legal in the United States of America, which is I can hate whomever I want until I act upon it. Now then we have laws for the action that will damage. Now, if I feel insulted or offended by whatever you say, which is a subjective feeling, then that is a crime. That's where they want to go. But when they offend someone, they will say, no, that's not a crime because no, I didn't offend you, but it worked on your case. So here we have Trump. I'm going to show you a number of articles where the media starts blaming Trump's rhetoric for the second assassination attempt, and probably the first one as well. So they go to the secondary issue, not with the first one, which is, well, Trump's statements, rhetoric, caused that guys to try to do something to him. Okay, but if we go like that, and we should go, we go chronologically. Why did he use that kind of rhetoric? Oh, we don't want to talk about that. Why? Because Trump points out to your garbage that you do. So it's like the emperor has no clothes. If the child says that, the mom will cover the child's mouth and look around. It's not that that's not true. It is true. But you're not supposed to say it. So the rhetoric has the mommy putting the hand over the mouth of the child and get out of there. This is Trump. This is the government and the media, and over there is again the government and the media doing garbage. Okay? All right, so we have that one. The second one, we have again the idiot is back in business, and that is Hitlary Clinton. Hitlary Clinton thinks the same way. The problem is she also forgets that her husband did something on the same par, let's say, with Donald Trump, even worse than Donald Trump. Why? Because he did it while he was in the office. But she was, what expression? She got tears in her eyes when Trump was found guilty of something that her husband did even worse. But nevertheless, the other one, did you know that Elon Musk, according to Hitlary Clinton, threatened to rape Taylor Swift? Did you know that? So Hitlary Clinton interpretation of what Elon Musk said is he wants to forcefully, which is obviously illegal. He did not say that, but that's what she thinks, interprets his statement. And I will read a statement for you. Remember that saying in the United States of America, maybe somewhere else too. If all you have in your toolbox is a hammer, you're going to see nails all over the place to hit them in the head. The same with the racism thing. If you have that thing in your brain that everywhere you see racism, you're going to see everywhere. Like, for instance, I have this white. Is that an evidence of that? I, let's say, drive a black car. Is that an evidence that I want to suppress a certain color? You see, if you look only through those imbecilic lens, you see things like that. Now, that gets me to the Secret Service with the American government who is aware of Mr. Musk's statements. That's a threat, which is we know we have an eye on you. You're going to see. So let's start with this number of articles that blame Trump for pointing out things that he's not supposed to point out. His rhetoric. Not if, hey, is it true what he said? No, they don't discuss that. It's just how he says it and the fact that he says it. First one, Reuters, Trump sticks to schedule and heated rhetoric after apparent assassination attempt. So you got it? So he goes to do his thing and continues to do this after they put this together. Why didn't they say after, let's say, he ate breakfast? No, because they want to make a connection between his schedule. Don't do it. And don't talk about these things because you see what happened? They tried to make Reuters, they tried to make this connection. You can say, well, Emil, that could be the same thing as you said with a nail. Okay, it could be, but let's see what Fox News says. NBC's Lester Holt, an imbecile. Trump assassination attempt follows campaigns, and I'm quoting, increasingly fierce rhetoric. Is it true what Trump says? Or some of the things he says are true? Is that part of the rhetoric? So this is the imbecile. Oh, not like this. This is the imbecile right here. I can't stop the garbage. Anyway, next one. Political rhetoric played a role in Trump assassination attempts, says political science professor. This imbecile right here. Political science professor, Fresno State. So he works for the government in California, Fresno, California, obviously. So this guy is paid by you, all right, to say that political rhetoric played a role in Trump assassination attempts, says political scientist professor. Is it true? Well, let's see. So if I don't like what you say, and I act upon that in a very criminal way, that means you should shut up. This conversation here was not an intellectual conversation. This guy, when he talks here, the political scientist, political science professor, he's not talking about, well, no. We'll see, because all these things are from yesterday. And from today, it's the 18th, from yesterday, it's the 17th. All these articles were like a sign. You say, well, it happened a day before, it's normal. Blaming the victim? Remember? And these guys are all this beautiful professor, paid probably about more, not probably, I'm guaranteeing he was a professor, full professor at a state university in California. He earns at least $150,000 a year. Or I personally think that he earns more than $200,000. That's how big he's California, and a professor, full professor at university in United States of America is about $120,000. So in California must be more. And he's featured by these guys here. So remember, that could have played. So what are you saying? He should shut the fuck up? Basically, that's what they say. Oh, let's go to the next article, since we have this baboon right here. Paid by your taxes. Right there. And he says, played role. It's not could. It's played role. He knows. All right. Oh, anyway. USA Today. After possible assassination attempt, Trump decries rhetoric. Spare me the sanctimony. This is an opinion. So this Rex Hapke wrote for USA Today, and it says, spare me a sanctimony. So after possible assassination attempt, Trump decries rhetoric. Well. So if I say something, all right, that is true, but you don't like it, do you have the right to come and slap me? Because if you have that right, I also have that right. Now, if you have people saying that you have that right to slap me, or hurt me, or silence me, or cancel me because I say something that you don't like, that is your rhetoric. That's a rhetoric that tells baboons around this is an acceptable act that you should, get engaged in, which is, and I'm not supporting that, I hope YouTube is smart enough to figure out what I'm saying here, that means that these guys, hey, this guy has the wrong rhetoric, you have the right to commit something like this? No, you don't. So that's why Trump says that rhetoric, but he is, I don't care, spare me the sanctimony. How about we solve the problem, Mr. Hapke? And we go to the source and see, hey, is it true what he said? No, okay, that's baboonish. Is it true what he said here? It's true. Let's fix it. No, he should not talk about that because that's rhetoric. That could cause this. This is a how do you call it? an eye that these guys are closing regarding the situation here. And they say, well, Trump is like, you earned it. Well, if this would have happened, I hope it doesn't happen, to the other side or to anybody else, right? Then what do you think the media will say? The same thing? I guarantee you not. And besides, did you notice that things change in the way the media changed in the past, I don't know, 10 years or so, when the Twitter and all that changed the way they shape our opinion, the way they tweak our opinion, the way they manufacture consent or manufacture opinion, public opinion. That is like this. Before, remember, it was a baboon going in the street and interviewing, let's say, 100 people. What do you think about this mouse? Is the mouse good? This particular mouse? And say, I don't know, yes, no. And you have, let's say, 100 people say, no, from 100 people, you said 90 people said yes. Yes, this mouse is good. And then you have, let's say, 5 people, they say, no, it's not good, and 5 did not know. So they would make 100. And you go back in your office, and you ignore the 90 that said yes. Your point, your media outlet, wants this not to be good. So he wants the public opinion to say, well, this is not as good. This is the way they used to do it. They say, all right, I will pick the 90 that said is good, and I will feature 1 in my article, saying, yes, it's good. Then I will take out of those 5 that said it's garbage, and I will feature all of them. So it's going to be 5-1. And I'm going to feature 1 of the 5 that did not know squat. So I'm going to have 7 interviews in the articles. So I'm going to use 5, the only 5 that said, no, it's not good. But you don't know that. The reader doesn't know. They doesn't know how many said yes and how many said no. That's the point. So you have 5 that say, no, this is bad, is not good. You have the 1 out of 90 who said yes. You have 5 of the 5. You have 1 of the 90 that said it's good, and 1 of the 5 that is baboonish or doesn't know about it. So when you read that, you're going to say, logically, 5 people said, like you do the reviews. You go to the stars at the products. You see it has 5 out of 5. Oh, that's a good product, right? So you have 5. That's how you do it, by numbers. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. 5 featured, they said it's a bad product. 1 said, I don't know. And the last said, yeah, it's a good product. And what would you think? Obviously, you say, bad product. That's the way they did when they wanted to interview people on opinions. Right now, when they do opinions, they do like this. They allow an imbecile, they did it before, that has no authority. This guy, you can't go back and say anything. He's just a guy who writes something. Like I say something here. And USA Today promotes him because he is telling the right thing. And nowadays they do it differently. They don't use the interviews. They go and pick tweets. So they go and pick the tweets they want. Just look at when something happens. Let's say with Kanye West. Yeah, and says something that they don't like. All right? They picked on tweet, oh, that's a firestorm of denunciation and he's crazy. And they use some tweets, the same thing, as if they interviewed. And then they use, one person said, I don't know, maybe like balance. But the same, they will use 10, he's an idiot, 1, I don't know, and 1, well, I think he's got a point. And you're going to be, oh, again, look how many said that. Remember the products, 5 stars? Now going to be 4 stars, 1 star, and 1 star. Obviously, you're going to buy that product, I guess, right? So that's the way they do it. Let's move on. Let's go to Donald Trump, who says, Trump says United States will get along well with Russia and China after he wins election. Is there something wrong? Oh, on so many levels. Wrong for whom? For military-industrial complex, for banks, and for many other interests, energy interests, and pharmaceutical and so on. It's bad. So that's obviously they will use this technique with the opinion and the tweets and all that to tell us that this is the bad idea to get along with these guys. And this is what he said. I'm quoting Trump. I don't know that they are enemies. I think we'll get along great with China. I think we'll get along great with Russia. I want to get Russia to settle up in Ukraine. Trump said in an interview with blogger Now, what do you think? Should we have enemies or should we have friends? Well, your answer is outside of the box and say we should have vassal states. So it's not friends and enemies. We're going to have vassal states. And the vassal states or people that don't want to be vassals, they're enemies. That's the way these guys, these are the lenses these guys are looking at the world through. Did you like my English? Took my words, did like this, and then gave it to you. Anyway, my friends, you know what I meant. Again, no, doesn't really matter. All right, so he said, I would get along with those guys, right, and nice. Well, you have to treat them with respect. The problem is, if they don't treat you with respect, then you, communicate and tell them your concern. You deal like an adult. Remember, these guys are saying they have the signs in front of their houses. We support this. Be kind. No human is illegal and garbage like that. It's garbage. Be kind. Well, I don't want to be kind. I want to be truthful and I want to be just. I want to say what's true, or at least tell it what the other guys don't say. Because truth is not like I show you this and that's the truth. This is also the truth. This is also the truth. This is also the truth. So this is the truth. These guys are giving you only this. I say, that's the way a mouse looks like. I say, I don't think so. And I can show you how it works as well. So that's what I'm doing, and others I hope they do. But no, be kind. What do you mean be kind? Are you going to tell a rapist to be kind? No, the victim of a rapist, be kind? No. So it's an imbecilic. I want truth and justice. But in order to, how is that? I will fight for what I love. And I love only what I respect, and I can't respect without knowing about the issue. Who said that? A bad guy. But hey, anyway, move on. Next one, let's go to Hitlary Clinton. Here she is, the Hill. Hitlary Clinton condemns terrible Trump assassination attempt. That where the sentence should have stopped. It's like, and he says, but, when you hear but in a conversation, it's like this. My darling, my love, I will never cheat on you. But if I find a beautiful woman, I definitely will. All right? Or if you don't continue being my servant, I will definitely look for someone else. No, when you make a statement like this, you stop right there. But nevertheless, she said, but he should try to calm the waters. You can't calm the waters unless you produce the waters, don't you think? That's exactly what she means. She means that he produced the problems. He is the one who's supposed to shut the fuck up and don't point the fingers to our issues, which she is a part of. That's Hitlary Clinton for you. Next one. Let's go to the next one, which is she had tears in her eyes. Now, that's hypocritical. The rap. Hitlary Clinton says she got tears in my eyes when Trump was found guilty in Stormy Daniels' hush money trial. There she is. Oh, isn't she great? No. So she got tears. She got so that, oh my God, the woman was finally redeemed, or how justice was great. How about her husband, Bill Clinton? Bill Clinton settled, if I remember correctly, 2 or more, off court with women that claimed that he grabbed them by the pussy. Did she shed tears? Huh? She didn't give a shit. On the contrary, she backed her husband on that one. Not the girls, the women. Just go and see. They go and find out her. You find them. Just don't be lazy, like I am right now. Just do 2 or 3 clicks, and you're gonna find out how she stood by her husband for settling with those women that were not trustworthy. Don't trust them. Remember? And now she shed tears for a porn star that fucked a guy, and he gave her $200,000 to shut the fuck up. And she came back and said, actually, I want more. She's not a adult movie star or entertainment. No, she's a star. She does it for a living. Am I against that? No, whatsoever. No, I'm not against that. I'm not against brothels as well. Do it, my friends, how much you want. I would like it to be a little bit regulated in the medical sector, if you know what I mean. So you are not like in the Wild West. next. A little bit of verification of certain things, so you make sure that the product is not rotten a little bit down there, and not only. All right, let's move on to the next one. The next one is how Hitlary Clinton sees the world and how she interprets Elon Musk, who, he must go, it seems like. And Elon Musk knows what's going on. Here it is. Hitlary Clinton calls out Elon Musk for threatening to, quote-unquote, rape Taylor Swift. Now, what did he say? Let's analyze. And in a new interview, Clinton ripped into Trump's alter ego, Elon Musk, for offering to forcefully impregnate Swift. Did he say he's going to do it forcefully? I mean, think like this. If someone would make that statement and someone would get you, if that case will be dropped, you don't have a case in this. You don't even show up in front of a judge and you claim, he claimed he wants to force me. I'm going to give you the statement so we make sure that, I'm not talking bullshit here. All right, please comment on that. Swisher implored Clinton. After she mentioned that Donald Trump had his alter ego, Elon Musk, say something really rotten and creepy about Swift following her big endorsement of Kamala Harris. Now, fine, Taylor, you win. I will do it, Hitlary said. I will do it. I will. This is what's his name, Musk. Fine, Tyler, you win. I will give you a child and guard your cats with my life. All right. I think this is a joke, don't you think? So he said, I will give you a child. This like she begs him. Says, fine, Tyler, you win. So she won. That means she wants him. I will give you a child and guard your cats with my life. So this is what the imbecile Hitlary says. Musk tweeted on debate night last week, according to Clinton, Musk offering to, and the word she puts, forcefully. Where is the forcefully here? Impregnate Swift is, and I'm quoting, kind of another way of saying rape. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is the interpretation of the baboon. Where your fucking face? Right there. Fuck face, actually, not fucking face. This is. So, did you think that was I will forcefully doing it? There's nothing about that. He didn't say forcefully, or you're gonna come by your own decision and I'm gonna impregnate you, or who knows what's gonna be. No, he didn't say that. In her mind, she portrays it as that. There's no context in which and the context actually over there is she endorses the other guy and say, okay, finally you win. I will do this for you. That means I will grant you a wish more than I will forcefully. But this is the garbage that we deal with. Hitlary. Next one. Let me show you how the media makes the story is like a steak. Before you put a steak on the grill, you make it beef steak. You tenderize it a little bit, make it ready, put some seasoning a lot. Maybe you put it in whatever you put it over there, marinate it. You let it sit for about 5 days so it gets more flavor. Just kidding. And then you put it on the grill and it turns into a steak. So when you're gonna be saying, yes, Musk is an idiot, they marinate it, they season it, they tenderize it before they give it to you to eat. The garbage they're making. And this is another one right here. HuffPost. Doesn't matter where I got it from. It matters what the title these guys make, among others. Elon Musk faces firestorm over appalling assassination joke about Biden and Harris. Again, the guy jokes, these guys are appalling. Firestorm. Well, did you figure out how many were appalled and who exactly and who were not? You got to take that into consideration. Anyway, what did he say? Let's see what these guys say. This is what Musk said when Trump was another attempt on Trump. And no one, and I'm quoting, is even trying to assassinate Biden and Kamala. Why is that? The point was like this. Isn't it strange that the far-right people that we're supposed to hate are exposed to assassination attempts by the tolerant other side who's be kind? Isn't that strange? And you don't have the craziest, and I'm not promoting it whatsoever, you don't have the craziest far-right doing something like this with the tolerant ones? Isn't that strange? Remember when it was the Department of Justice, the imbecile over there came out and said, and Biden, the semi-guy who read, the biggest threat of the United States of America is the white supremacy. Did you remember that one? Was any of these guys, because of their crimes that you hear every day, have you heard? And these guys are doing what? That was the point with that one. Isn't that strange? This is a Socratic method. asking, why, and asking questions, like putting over there and says, don't you think that that is strange? Firestorm. That's not a point, baboons. That's the first point that a baboon will make. The next one will mean, what do you mean by that? And I told you a little bit of a, interpretation of what a baboon should think more than the baboonish. I don't. He just wants to do that. Oh my God, isn't he a criminal? That's the baboons. They vote. That's why I disagree with mass democracy. It should be mass democracy, but you have to prove that you have this and the cojones, the balls, the quiet to do it. Anyway, quiet in Romania, just so you know. All right, let's move on and see if Musk gets the message. U.S. Secret Service says it is aware of Musk's post about Biden and Harris. That means they're keeping an eye on this statement. Why? Because this guy is going to get into a dungeon unless he cooperates with them. All right, there you are. The Secret Service said on Monday it was aware of post by billionaire Elon Musk on the X social media platform musing about an absence of assassination attempts on President Joe Biden and Vice President. No, he's just talking, isn't it strange that those guys are, and these guys that are the bad guys, supposedly, are at the receiving end? Yeah, because of the rhetoric. Rhetoric. You got that? How these guys make connections? Or maybe I just make it because I'm a baboon. Well, you be the judge. All right, and this is what they said and so on. They said Musk deleted the post, but the Secret Service tasked with protecting current and former presidents, vice presidents, and other notable officials took notice. The Secret Service is aware of the social media post, so that is, we keep an eye on you. I mean, Elon Musk is monitored 24/7, whatever you want. I guarantee you that. I guarantee that. Even if he's works for them or not, he is. Why? Because like a whore. She's your whore today, but tomorrow, even if she's yours, could be someone else's as well in the same time. So same with the guy who works for the government, could be your whore at that time, but if he showed that he can be against us and with those guys over there, to keeping us down and so on, he could go to the others and, hey, I would like to be with you as well. Right? That's why you have a lot of people that work for more than one agency or bureau. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.